Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here, joined
on the road and hungry for a. Now it's ended down to David Aldridge standing by.
Well, when Kevin Durant came into the NBA, he fudged a little about.
And KD is certainly a rarity, DA. His length and height and athleticism makes him a nightmare for any team he goes up against. And we're watching two very experienced veteran teams, Chris. We should be in for some high-level basketball.
Yeah, and just watch this game tonight. You're going to see coaches really trust their players. Coaches who do most of their coaching in practice and then trust the IQ of their players. Won't be a lot of play calling, a lot of free-flowing. Guys kind of knowing where to be on defense, a lot of communication on defense. This should be a fun one.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. And Golden State looking at who they've got. Offense and defense with Durant and Draymond at the 3 and the 4. Curry and McCaw are the 1 and the 2. And it's McGee in at the center position. Curry, good.
You know what? Teams are 100% focused on Steph defensively, yet he still creates space beyond the arc.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. And Gasol now top of the key. Here's Aldridge. That falls. Nice feed that time for Manu Ginobili.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Well, that opening right there, that's just because the defense failed to rotate.
Knocks it loose. Curry kicks to McCaw. Shot from 12. Bounces high off the rim and drops. McGee's got his first 2 points of the night.
That's how you stay within the flow of the offense, just taking what the defense gives him.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. So it's the Warriors now. It's a three-point game. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
Executed on the road, stayed focused, stay consistent with who you are as a team.
Whether life or sports, that's all you can do. Stay committed to your brand of basketball and let the chips fall where they may.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly. And with the Warriors, their ability to score in bunches really is unmatched throughout the league. They'll be going along with the team, and then all of a sudden they have that 20-point lead in like 3 minutes. It can happen so fast that I think at times the other teams are shell-shocked.
What an advantage for a big man to have that smooth stroke at the line.
And the call will be against Tony Parker. That's his first foul. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Rebounded by the Spurs. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
And I feel like the defense was one step behind all night. I mean, they never made the adjustments to string together a few stops.
Leonard attacking Aldridge. And Aldridge slams it in.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Oh, well, that's because it was terrific anticipation. Also, the quick hands, a lethal combination.
The Spurs have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Here's Parker, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And Tony Parker in his prime, one of the best slashing point guards this league has ever seen. Just an outstanding finisher amidst the tall players. And one season, how about he almost led the league in points in the paint, a surefire Hall of Famer.
And a bit of a down year for Tony Parker in 2017. His lowest three-point percentage in 5 years, lowest free throw percentage in 9.
Yeah, I mean, you'd like to see him hitting threes at a higher clip. The previous couple seasons, he shot it up over 40%, and a great way, I think, to boost his offense, even though he has slowed down a bit. Fruitful possession, just doing what they can to extend the lead.
And that's what you have to do. Stay in the moment. Keep grinding.
Now here's Green. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. The pass to McCaw. Clock at 6. And the Warriors miss again.
I'm all right with him taking that shot close to the hoop, but really not from long range.
Ginobili gets the bucket.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
There's the pick. There's McCaw, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Timeout.
McCaw has got his first points in this one. And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
And really, whether you're up or down, it's a game of adjustments.
Well, yeah, he might have seen something he wants to exploit. Well, we'll see what they run coming out of this.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. Different look here for the Warriors. Pachulia, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. West comes in for Green. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Kevin Durant. And it's Livingston in for McCaw. The shot by Curry, no good.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That's his first foul. Now here's Livingston, guarded by Green. Curry wide open, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston. Curry's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Warriors. Shots good by Laverne.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
To the middle, stolen by Anderson. Mills with it. Curry meets him. Here's Laverne. Here's Anderson. And it's sent back by West.
Look, if you let Sean Livingston get to the free throw line and in, I mean, you might as well just be a layup. He has become lights out with that nice turnaround jumper from that range. Hand in his face, doesn't matter.
And he knocks down the first one. And Livingston is incredibly lethal from that mid-range spot. He's perfected it, especially, Chris, since he likes to drag the smaller guards down to that range.
Oh, yeah. Livingston knows where his spots are on the floor, and he goes right to them. It's a big reason why his shooting percentage is high for a point guard. He's just a very smart player who knows how to make the most of his game.
That's tipped. Mills passes to Laverne. And no good. Excellent D there from Pachulia. Here's Curry. And again, it's the Warriors missing.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Iguodala outside. It's deflected. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Pachulia.
Oh, that's a brutal giveaway. A pass to no man's land.
Here's Mills. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him.
Oh, some scouts look at Curry's size. They thought he might have had a hard time defending at this level. It's safe to say they were wrong.
And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Spurs out in front. They lead by 4. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. And certainly one of the game's bigger personalities, Draymond.
Most importantly, it's just about how the guys.
A heart and soul guy. Draymond Green has the kind of spirit, guys, that everyone else can just kind of feed off of.
Yeah, his talents and contributions now being appreciated. He's forced his way into the discussion of top 10 players in our league.
And we return to the second quarter, and Noche Latina specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Spurs?
And through that first period, for me, their work on the glass has been the difference.
Well, it means extra possessions, and that's certainly reflected in the score right now.
Murray and Green team up to make the backcourt. Anderson is out there with Laverne. And it's Bertans in at the 3 slot. That's the San Antonio 5.
Well, in just a few years, it's safe to say Steve Kerr is one of the most respected coaches in the NBA.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Aggressive move to the bucket, and the D is ready for it.
Outside Curry. And DeJounte Murray gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Rudy Gay's checked in for Kyle Anderson. Laverne with the steal. Right wing. Spurs passing it around. That one doesn't drop. Excellent D there from Pachulia. Here's Iguodala. And Andre Iguodala with the slam.
And getting a quick head of steam. Iguodala beats the defense to the punch.
Here's Bertans, and he jams it with authority.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Now here's Curry, coming in off a 41-point performance last game out. And that's a foul called on Davis Bertans. That is his first foul of the game. San Antonio making a switch here. Forbes checked in. Patrick McCaw, he's checked in for Golden State. Here's Livingston. Passes it to McCaw. And DeJounte Murray gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
You better watch it. He doesn't want to pick up a third foul before halftime.
A different look now for San Antonio. Marcus Aldridge is checked in for Laverne. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Bertans. And Parker subbed in for Murray. Then for the Warriors, JaVale McGee's checked in for Pachulia. Green comes in for David West. And Durant subbed in for Andre Iguodala. Now Aldridge, following Durant's three-point attempt. Count it, good. Leonard's got his second bucket of the game to go. Chris, you've been on both sides of the coin for this. When it comes to a veteran presence in the locker room, just how important is that? When you were a young player getting it, and maybe as an older player when you were preaching it.
When I was a rookie, Kevin, I needed a veteran just as much as I needed an assistant coach. They were that important to me because when you think about it, that's how you learn your routine.
Wow.
What to eat before a game, how many hours to eat before a game, how to recoup after a game, how to say no to your friends and family for playoff tickets because, you're at home and you got to buy 75 tickets. Just kind of how to navigate through life. That veteran player can help, and I think that's one thing when the game kind of got lost in years past, it was because we lost that veteran presence in the locker room. And so to me, the veteran presence is everything. Chris Mullin getting on me because I'm a rookie. I mean, I would have paid him to do that. So it's really cool because just as much as they get on you, they help you and they explain the game, help you out with life and everything else. So it's like a big brother relationship.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Oh, this is ugly. No question about it. And you wonder if these matchups aren't favoring them right now.
Pau Gasol is checked in for the Spurs. Warriors trail by 10. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And the call will be against Tony Parker. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Livingston kicks to McCaw. Six to shoot. McGee a screen. And Gasol sends it back.
And really, Gasol does an incredible job getting his hands up in the air, which results in a ton of rejection.
Now here is Aldridge. Green with the block. McGee the pass to McCaw. Picked him clean. Down low, here's Aldridge, and Aldridge slams it in.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
And how about the explosiveness he shows, going from the offensive to the defensive end in a blink?
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Right wing, Forbes dishes to Aldridge. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
A floater, first shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Such a high IQ for this guy. Kevin Durant knows where everyone is on the floor at all times.
San Antonio calls timeout.
Yeah, just hitting the reset button, a chance to kind of talk some things over.
And the chance to draw up a great play. I mean, this is a chess match at work.
Ginobili, he's checked in for San Antonio. Mills comes in for Tony Parker. San Antonio leading by 12. And Mills kicks to Gasol. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Gasol's got 6.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
And Gasol comes to help. McGee with it. Gasol covering. Green, no luck.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. And the Warriors with possession here, following the bucket by the Spurs. Livingston, no luck. Ginobili the pass to Aldridge. And Mills kicks to Gasol. Leonard inside, defended by Durant, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
You know, when he was in high school in California, Kawhi won the state's Mr. Basketball Award. And you look at the list of guys who won that award over the years, it has a lot of the all-time greats on it.
Leonard hits them both. There's 10 seconds left in the first half of basketball. McCaw, the pass to Curry. Gets the three-pointer to fall. 9 points in the game so far.
I'll tell you, how do you defend Curry on the catch and shoot? It's hard because he can hurt you from so many spots on the floor.
He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And we are not going to halftime just yet. Officials signaling they are going to review the tape.
And to me, guys, it looks pretty clear-cut on the instant replay. I mean, the ball was out of his hands in time. I think they'll confirm this one pretty quickly.
Well, they're going to switch the call. There is no doubt in looking at the replay that he got it off in time.
Well, it's good they decided to take another look at it. I know some folks don't like how...
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with a pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. At the end of the period, they held a 4-point lead. They just exploded in the second quarter, grabbing the momentum and running with it. Basket after basket, and they played stingy. And that will...
A grand view of the well-attended Alamo on a... Spurs leading by 17. And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half. Curry and McCaw are the 1 and the 2. Offense and defense with Durant and Draymond at the 3 and the 4. And it's McGee in at the 5, roaming the paint. And the call will be against Tony Parker. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. It's Curry outside. Gasol with the rebound.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Deflects the pass, and it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here. Now let's take a look at how the shots have been divided up between 3-point shots and 2-point shots for the Warriors. And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Durant.
And you love the effort, just getting the hand in there and knocking it out.
Well, some of that, too, is just setting the tone by being aggressive. You need guys like this on your team.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screenplay. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Oh, yeah, incredible teamwork there. A play you perfect only by practicing it until you're blue in the face.
And since they come out of halftime, they've been extremely poised and very efficient.
And don't forget, very accurate. Taking shots within the floor of the offense. Not something that can be said for their opponent.
Here's McCaw. No good there. Good work defensively by Ginobili. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Bertans, he's checked in for Leonard. Shoots from 8. In deep. Aldridge drops it in. Aldridge has got 6 here in this quarter. And Chris, when you played, you were known as a guy at your size who could rip and run, take it coast to coast. You look around the league now, who are some of the best big men ball handlers?
Oh, you love it. If you get that board, you got to be able to take it, speed up the offense. We've seen Draymond just have a field day doing it with all the players on his team that could knock it down and score. Blake Griffin, Anthony Davis. We've even seen Paul Millsap and Julius Randle do it a little bit. So I love the fact that if you can get that board and push it, it makes it easier because you don't have to look for the outlet. You can actually find that point guard, that two guard in transition, and let them score, and you be the facilitator.
A different look now for San Antonio. Laverne, he's checked in for Gasol. Gay comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Green in for Manu Ginobili. West is checked in for the Warriors. Now a timeout called by Golden State.
Well, he just can't get anything to drop today, and his team is hurting as a result. He should concentrate on moving the ball around and getting his guys involved.
As we approach the playoffs, let's now take a look at what is shaping up in the West. You take a look at the Spurs. They are the favorite right now to lock up the #1 seed come playoff time, sitting in first place right now and not looking like they, are going to be slowing down at all. And checking out Golden State in second place.
And I think for San Antonio, as talented a team as they are, has performed at a very high level this season. Everything's gone according to plan up to this point.
That's why you have to give a ton of credit to the players in terms of how they've played all season. And they aren't done yet.
And that's a foul called on Davis Bertans. That'll be his second foul of the game. The Spurs making a switch here. Murray's checked in. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Curry setting the pick for West. And that's a foul called on Davis Bertans. And that'll be his third foul so far. Curry kicks to McCaw. Shot clock at 6. Back to Curry. There's the screen. From deep.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting. Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Here's Gay, takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
The Warriors have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvement, certainly. It's Curry outside. Again, Curry missing.
A frustrating start to this quarter for him.
Yeah, and Steph Curry, maybe not putting up the numbers he did from that impressive MVP campaign, but he is still one of the most feared players in the league on offense. And when he wants to, he can take over a game, and there's just nothing you can do about it.
West dishes to Durant. Golden State moving the ball around. McCaw misses.
Wow, he's really been dragging them down tonight.
San Antonio with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Gay kicks to Laverne. Stolen by McGee. They swipe it. Here's Gay.
Oh, nasty. And
Gay loves putting on the show when the time is right. The way he leaves the floor for these slams is just simply breathtaking.
And the replay presented, of course, by Under Armour. Unleash chaos. Great stuff and some great basketball going on. And that's a foul called on Davis Bertans. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
And that 4th foul, guys, might force him to scale back the aggression from a defensive standpoint. He does not need, nor does the team need, number 5.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for Bertans. Leonard comes in for Rudy Gay. And it's Mills in for DeJounte Murray. Curry kicks to Pachulia. Here's West, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Those passes into the paint have to be precise, just like that one.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. And it's Laverne missing.
Just the presence of the D in the lane is enough to make him short arm that layup.
Livingston, no luck. The Spurs shooting so well, the offensive execution has been brilliant. 66% from the field. A nice shot by Anderson.
And how about the excellent court vision, just keeping the defense off balance?
Well, if you're his teammate, you love this right now because all you have to do is focus on finishing.
With 1 on the clock. No good trying to beat the buzzer. And as we conclude the 3rd quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. It's San Antonio running away with it. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the 4th quarter gets underway. A chance now to hear Greg Popovich talking to his team just moments ago.
But don't stop the aggressiveness. Here we go. You got shots, let them fly.
And that's the thing about Greg Popovich. As long as you're taking good shots, he doesn't want you to hesitate, doesn't want you to stop.
Well, and the offense is designed to create opportunities. So if you pass up the opportunity, you're kind of defeating the whole purpose of the exercise.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the 4th quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. We've got Mills. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Anderson. Then there's LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Forbes in at the shooting guard position. That's the San Antonio 5. Here's Aldridge. And the layup's good off the glass.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Young passes to Livingston. Puts one up from 19. Rebound San Antonio.
The D pretty much taking that possession off, but the shot's off target with nobody near.
And Anderson gets it to go.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
60 seconds off the clock here in the 4th. Livingston kicks it to West. And you look at the level of talent in the NBA now, some great players. But we've heard others say the league is watered down. How do you view that statement?
Well, I don't think you can compare eras. I think it's great to argue and have fun with them and debate them, but, you know, very sincerely, unless someone can play against each other, it's just a wasted argument. There's different eras, there's different rules. Think about how many threes Larry Bird shot per game. 1.5, 2. What if he could let it fly 10 times a game? We'd be talking about a different player there. So I think times, eras, the physical play of the 80s, of the 90s, I just know that players will handle it differently. Hand checking, the way that we call flagrant 1 fouls. It's a different league, and so I just choose to celebrate the players that we have now. They're the evolution in my mind. They're kind of the culmination of all the players that have come before them. So I just enjoy the game the way it is now.
And Chris, you've been working as an analyst now for quite some time. Do you feel that how you view and enjoy the game has changed as you've transitioned from being a player on the floor to the booth?
You know what? I've learned a lot, and I've learned to look at the game a different way, but I look at the game the same way. I think the onus is on the player to execute what the coach and the GM puts out there for you to do, for you not to become a one-dimensional player, for you to improve in the summertime. That's the only time you can improve. And when you don't come back and you don't improve, it's obvious that you have the same glaring weaknesses that you had the year before. even if you're not on a team that can compete for a championship, you want to make sure that you compete for a championship, that you compete for an all-star, that you compete to have your name out there. And so a lot of times we'll watch some of those teams, and I love seeing if they compete or if they laid it down early in the season. So, no, I would say that really what gives me an advantage is that the way that I looked at the game, and hopefully, that gives me a unique perspective when I'm out there trying to talk to other basketball heads like myself.
Here's Aldridge. Drops in the layup for 2. Aldridge has got 8 points in the quarter.
And now this game is becoming a showcase for Aldridge. He's been out of control. A one-man team. Now it's just a matter of getting him the ball and getting out of his way.
Livingston dishes to Young. Shoots from 14, and Iguodala gets it to go in on the assist from David West. That's 7 points for Iguodala. Forbes the pass to Anderson. Nice ball movement by San Antonio.
That's just a lack of communication. 2 guys just not on the same page.
A different look now for San Antonio. Laverne, he's checked in for Aldridge. And Murray's subbed in for Patty Mills. And then for Golden State, JaVale McGee comes in for Zaza Pachulia. And McCaw is subbed in for Young. West, that misses off the backboard. The Spurs have gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the 4th quarter on a roll. McGee with the block. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. And here's Iguodala outside. And again, no good by Golden State. These guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assisting.
And when everyone's involved offensively, it has a way of helping you on the defensive side as well.
Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Spurs.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
In what's really been a fantastic year, these guys expect to win each night just as they've done here tonight. And this will end up another big win, making it 65 on the season.
And not only are they on their way to winning this game, this also gives them a win in the season series.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Aldridge.
Well, the big thing was if he had an open look, he drained it. He didn't let any of those easy chances get away from him.
And here's Livingston. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
And guys, you got to ask, where was this effort when it mattered? The game's over now.
Oh, yeah, this is a nice run here, but too little too late. And deep down, I think they know it.
LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for Laverne.
Well, one interesting fact about Sean people might not know is that he was named Mr. Basketball in Illinois in his high school days. That's an honor he'll always cherish.
32 seconds left in the 4th quarter. West outside. On the wing, Iguodala. West kicks to Livingston. Just 5 to shoot. From deep three-point range, but they'll get another chance. Now the dish to McGee. Pass to Livingston. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony.
$10 million gotta hide the safe. Michael Phelps with the swim moves. Michael Jordan with the tennis shoes. Quavo, young, I invented you. Ike Turner with the Griselda Blanco with the trap move.